One of the biggest mistakes I see in most coaching and consulting businesses is not only frivolous spending, but also not knowing where to put their money after they make the money. They think, oh wow, I just made $10,000. I'm $10,000 richer, right? Brilliant, you made $10,000. Congratulations, right? Now is the test. Anybody can make $10,000, but who can actually multiply it? And that's what I'm going to share with you today is a tip on how to multiply your $10,000 and to turn it into more money, okay? I'm not going to give you a promise of what that number looks like. It depends on what you're willing to put into it. But let's just say that you take $10,000. And this is a concept that I've been using in our business to grow and to build a person from 2 people like it was a year ago to having 10 people on our team now, and to scaling and growing month over month, hiring a CFO, moving into an office space, and doing some really, really fun stuff and doing more events and all sorts of fun things because we're able to apply these principles that I'm going to share with you right now. And this principle is something that a lot of people don't actually do is they don't reinvest this money. And so what they do is they'll take this 10K, and what are some of the expenses that we have in our business? Well, we have taxes. Yay, right? How fun is that? Then we have our operating expenses. So we have our OpEx expenses. What else comes after that? Well, we may have salaries, or what we're paying our employees or the people that work for us. Maybe we have a VA or somebody that we have on our team that runs ads, whatever it might be, or this might be contractors, so on and so forth. So then we have our, what we actually pay ourselves. This is the owner's pay. What else is missing from this category? Oh yeah, what if we have sales commission for our sales team, and then what else? We have our marketing budget. So what most businesses don't do is they're really good at this one right here. And so what a lot of people will do when they first start into their coaching or consulting business is they'll take the $10,000 and they'll just dump it right here to the owner, and they'll take that home and they'll go out and they will spend that money on whatever it might be. A new house, a new car. I'm really good at drawing, just so you know, that's a beautiful car right there. They'll go out and they'll buy, jewelry or fancy rings, whatever it might be, okay? And that's where the $10,000 just went. So then there's going to be a period of time where they're going to be saying to themselves, holy crap, I should have saved money for taxes. Oh man, I really wish I had some money to invest in the operating expenses. I really wish I had some money to pay my employees. And I really wish that I had money to hire a salesperson to help me with all this because I feel like I'm bogged down. And while you're spending all that money wishing you had more to be able to grow your business to get out of this rut, you are having to fulfill on the $10,000 that you already made in your coaching business. You're doing one-on-one sessions now, and you're doing all of this yourself. Maybe you have an online course, or maybe you have something, but you're actually coaching or helping somebody because of all that, and you have no more money to put into your marketing. So this is how I want you to think about this going forward. If you make $10,000, and grab this eraser. If you can, for a second, forego these things, and I know it's hard. I went and got my first 9-to-5 job, and within a few months was making some pretty good money, went out and bought myself a BMW, bought my wife a 4Runner, we moved into a new place. We were living the dream until I realized that I didn't want to work for someone else anymore. And I needed to do things a little bit differently. And so what I did is I went in and I turned in my BMW and I turned in the 4Runner for a Corolla. And I started living this principle that's got me here today. And so $10,000 comes into your business. How much should you be allocating to these different components? And it's going to be different for all of you, but I want to just kind of get the wheels turning of what this might look like. So let's say that you were to take 30% for sales and marketing budget. So you're going to take your sales and marketing here. You're going to be at about 30%. You're going to pay for operating expenses. Maybe your operating expenses starting out are maybe closer to 10%. Taxes, putting aside 15% out of your business. What does that leave us with? We're at 55% total. Let's say that we pay 20% to other people to help us with all of this work, paying some contractors, some different people to assist with this. So where does that put us? 50, 60, 75? So we have 25% to pay ourselves. So what does that mean about how much money we have left out of this $10,000? How much are we actually made ourselves? A lot of coaches think, I made $10,000, I'm so excited, like jumping up and down, when in all reality, you've really made $2,500. So if your expenses are 5 or 7 every single month, whatever it might be, you need to go out and sell more. Well, what's great about that is that the fulfillment of that $10,000, you're paying somebody 20%. So you have $2,000 now in your business to help fulfill on that $10,000 to alleviate your burden as a coach trying to do it all. So you're going to have some money left over. Now, out of the 10K, you have operating expenses. You have 10% coming out of this. That's going to pay for your platform. That's going to pay for your email platform, your ClickFunnels account, your WordPress website hosting, or whatever it may be. And it's maybe going to pay for a space to go and to work out of a co-working space a couple days out of the week so that you have some time away from the kids or your family and you can really focus. That's what your operating expenses are going to be. Taxes, we all know where that goes. The government just always takes our money right off the top. They're never going to ask. They're never going to say that's not fair, or they're never going to say that like, oh wow, you've had a bad month, or oh wow, you really need that new car over there. They're always just going to take that money right off the top. So you should take it too, okay? And so what's missing in this whole scenario as well is, and I would highly, highly encourage that you work this in. So maybe it doesn't look like 20% quite yet there. I would always work in a 5% profit into your business as well. This is what I do. And as we've scaled, we've increased that 10, 15% as growth has occurred in the business. So maybe you have $1,500 to pay contractors, and that you do have like $500 profit every single time you make that money going into an account where now you have some investment money. If you want to buy into some coaching or you need some help with something, that's where that money would come into place. And so the sales and marketing budget over here at 30% of the 10,000, this gives you $3,000 to work with. And so what I'm going to show you is what can you do with $3,000? Well, with $3,000, let's say that you're going to pay a salesperson a commission on any new sell. Well, you really don't need to worry about this unless you're paying a base plus commission. But let's just say, worst case scenario, let's say that you pay $1,000 base for a salesperson. Plus you pay a certain percentage of the 30% as a commission rate. Let's say that you pay a 10% commission on top of that for a $10,000 product. So now that person is making some money. They make a couple sales every single month. They're going to be doing really, really well. They should be making 10K plus as your salesperson. So let's say now out of the 3,000, you have 2,000 left. Well, where do you strategically put that $2,000? This is the beauty of this. You take that $2,000 and you start structuring that into effective Facebook ad campaigns. And I don't have time to go into this today, but typically, if you're doing this correctly and you are selling a $10,000 product or even a $2,000 product, you should be able to take that $2,000 every single time, triple, quadruple, even 10 times that amount of money from a single Facebook ad campaign if done correctly. So that $2,000 then multiplies, let's just say for our purposes, it's multiplies by 3, and then you make out of the $2,000, actually it makes no sense because every single time if you're selling a $10,000 product, let's just say that you're going to 5 times that. So every time you put $2,000 in, you're going to make $10,000 over here. Now you're multiplying your business. You're not just taking that money and dumping it into something that's going to depreciate. You're putting it into a multiplying factor here. So every single time you make another $10,000, you're going to do that. And if you can take that $2,000, produce 10, put more money back in, and then compound over and over and over again in this scenario, you're now making a considerable amount of money from this return on investment through a Facebook ad campaign. So I know I went a little long today. I wasn't planning on going in this much depth, but I think it's really, really important that you understand that allocating and saving money for your marketing is the only way that you're going to scale your coaching business and not get stuck in the rut of doing all the fulfillment, all the marketing, all the operating expenses, everything, and putting all of that on the line and not be able to scale your business. And so as you get started in your coaching business, before you go into the trap of going and leveraging a new house or a car and getting into debt where you have a ceiling where you can't reinvest in the business, I want you to step back and I want you to think about, where am I putting money into my business so that I can scale it? So if you found this helpful today, I want you to join the UDA. I know it's a funny word, but I want you to join the UDA Facebook group. The link is right here on this post, and we're going to be doing a lot more trainings just like this. And I'd love to show you, you should jump into the training. We offer it every so often inside of that Facebook group. It's called the UDA method, and it's going to explain how this new way of doing Facebook ads, the UDA method Facebook ad campaign strategy, is going to